Alright everybody, what's up? I'm falling apart here. I'm still kind of sick. My voice is still weird, but it's better than it was before, so I'm really happy about that. Hopefully I won't have to cut and edit too many like coughs and sneezes and stuff out of this one. And the battery of my remote that turns my colored lights on is dead, apparently, so I need to get a new battery. Anyway, that's not ideal. I have a bunch more travel coming up this next week. Also not ideal, but what can you do? And I have some really fun things to talk about nonetheless. So that kind of makes up for it a little bit. So let's jump in. Of course, let's talk about Shadows Upon Time a little bit. And when I say that, I mean a little bit, because I am being very intentional of going into this as blind as I possibly can. There have been a bunch of people who got ARCs and who have been talking about the book, and I have not watched a single review. If I see any sort of thumbnail, I try to skip it without even seeing the title of the video or the post or whatever. Like, I don't want to see anything. I want to be completely blind. I don't want any of this. Just wait till you get to chapter or whatever. Like, I don't want any of that. I don't want any expectations. I just want to have my own journey. So that's what I want to try to do for you guys also, right? I don't want to be the person who's doing the thing that I don't want people to do to me. So all I will say is right now, a little bit past halfway, I think I'm on page 532 right now. Not as far as I was hoping to be by this point. Part of me was hoping I could finish it this week, but that was just very unrealistic because there's just too much to do, especially with travel coming up next week. I just had to work ahead and just try to, do normal real life things that could not justify spending a bunch of time with a book in my hands, unfortunately. And then like Thanksgiving and stuff, took up a bunch of time as well. By the way, happy Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrates. I hope it was awesome. Mine was great, had the best time, and I felt good enough that I could at least attend. I did warn the people. I was like, hey, I've been a little sick. Are you guys okay if I still come? And they were all like, yes, please still come. So, not my fault if anyone gets sick. Anyway, tangent over. Shadows Upon Time, all I will say about this has been, so far, everything that I wanted this to be. This, like, it's just been, this is, it's such a good Sun Eater book, right? Because it does the same thing that all these other books have done. Every book has its thing, right? I keep saying this. Book 1 has the coming of age and the gladiator stuff, and book 2 has the cosmic horror and the cyberpunk and the dread, and book 3 has the political intrigue, and like every book has its thing. This one its unique thing, right? And then the later books kind of bring some of that back, folds it in, but introduces a new thing, a new element. This one's doing the same thing. Introduce a new element, a unique thing, something different that Christopher seems like he was maybe experimenting with or something. And I was just like, oh, this is great. I love how this worked out and is working out. And it's just been awesome, right? So a lot of people who have finished the book, or some people who haven't even finished the book completely, are already like ranking this within their favorites and all that sort of thing. And like, I'm not going to do that yet. I'll wait until I'm done and it's got a little time to settle. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, so I will leave that there for now. More in-depth thoughts to come in the future. There we go. First cut because I had to cough. Hopefully not too many more of those. What was I saying? More in-depth thoughts to come in the future. Hopefully I can finish this week. That is my goal, because with all the travel, I won't have as much time to sit down and, read like I would like to, which is like first thing in the morning. I just sit there, I have a cup of hot tea or coffee or something. And, I can't really do that being on the road, but I have a lot of flights that I like to escape and distract my brain when I'm on an airplane. And so this will get me through, right? So with how many flights I have, I won't be shocked if I'm actually able to finish this here over the course of this next week, as we just barely tip into December there. So it will infringe slightly upon my December TBR, but hey, if there's any book that's worth it to do that for, it's this one right here. So that's been great. What else have I read? Well, I jumped in a little bit to, I was fortunate to get an ARC copy of the Grim Oak Press Grimoire for Dragonsteel 2025. This is like a short story anthology. And I jumped in and read a couple of these stories, and they've been awesome so far. Right? They've been awesome so far. And I wrote this list down, so forgive me as I read this. I just don't want to leave anybody out. This is all of the authors who've contributed a story to this, and it's a really, really great list. We have Ryan Cahill, which this is one of the ones that I read. This is a it's a story that is connected to another one of his short stories that he wrote that's in the world of The Bound and the Broken. And it sounds like he's planning to write several more of these that kind of goes through the timeline of this character / set of characters that he's going to be writing these about. So that's really exciting and really cool. That was a great story. Had a great time with that. We have J.A. Andrews. We have Zach Argyle, Matt Dinneman, Michael Michelle, who is actually the person who reached out to me about the arc. So Michael, thank you so much, man. We have Peter Arulian, Christopher Paolini, Julia V, and Ken Babel. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Seems like it's a writing pair there. Sean Speakman, and then Christopher Rocchio. And this is the second one that I've read. This is the Knightess of Vaughn, the 5th Adaman short story. I actually have read this one already. Christopher was nice enough to send me an arc of this. Wow, it's awesome. It's so good. And this is my favorite of the 5 Adaman stories. So I'm so excited for everybody else to see this and be able to read it. I'm not going to Dragonsteel this year. I would love to. It'd be fun, but money and time, and I got enough on my hands at the moment. But I know a lot of people like to go and they get this grimoire and they take it around to all the different authors who contributed and get it signed by everybody. Like, it's so cool. So definitely check this out. I'm going to read this the rest of this here through this week and make sure that I get some sort of review out there ahead of time. If I can get it done before Dragonsteel, I will. I don't think that is likely because I'd have to try to make it happen on the road. But so probably very shortly thereafter, I'll get something out there so that people can still go buy it and take advantage of all of the excitement around this thing right now, because it Jeff truly is an all-star cast of people who contributed. So check that one out. Grimoire from Grim Oak Press. What else we got? We have a book club update. Let's do the book club update here real quick. This past week was when we have our first revival round, which is, we've been cutting our list down every week. But then, inevitably, there's going to be some stuff that gets voted out that, like, man, I really wanted to read that one. And like, that's disappointing. Well, I built in a couple rounds here where we can revive some back in. So that's what we did this past week. You go through, we vote through all of the dropouts, and the top 2 picks are the ones that are getting pushed back into the competition. So joining are 6 others that have made it through, which were Paladin's Grace by T. King Fisher, Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, The Master of Whitestorm by Janie Wirtz, Gunmetal Gods by Zamil Akhtar, Shroud by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. Our 2 joining those are The Winds of War by Moshe Winter and The Sheep Farmer's Daughter by Elizabeth Moon. That one in particular is exciting for me because Janie Wirtz has recommended that one to me a couple of times, saying that it's awesome and really, really underrated and deserves a lot more love. So I'm excited to see that one get back in there. And now we're in a really tough stretch of the voting process, as now we take those 8, we got to cut it down to 4, and this is going to be tough, man. This is going to be tough. All 8 of these are great, and so it's going to be really hard to cut half of them out. But hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. And it's all part of the process, all part of the game. We got some book mail to go through. I got 3 things here, 3 really awesome things. One is I did get the deluxe re-release of Empire of Silence. You can see it has, hopefully this is showing up well, sort of reflective holographic cover. We have a nice quote on the back. The title, of course, is in gold now, and sprayed edges black with the stars. Very, very cool. We have the galaxy map that they made that's in here. This also has the revised text that Christopher wrote for the Diamond Edition, so that's in here as well. Really excited to have, this is now my 4th copy of Empire of Silence, 4th different edition. I'll have more if they make more, right? I'll get the Andorita one, that'll be 5. And zero shame. I'll get more if they make more. I actually got this last week. This came out on the 18th, just like book 7, but my copy arrived damaged. It was all like crunkled up at the bottom and, not good. So I had to go to Barnes & Noble and exchange it. That's why I'm just now showing off the nice clean copy, but no shade to Barnes & Noble. Their customer service was fantastic, and they took care of it right away for me. It was great. So shout out Barnes & Noble. Second, I was talking about Michael Michelle earlier, who sent me the Grimoire arc. He also sent me his first book, The Price of Power, and this is awesome. This is like the re-release from this year, I believe, where he's got this beautiful new cover. I like that a lot, and just I don't know, the white and black, the style, the everything is just great. So I'm really excited to check this out. I've heard very, very good things about this. Also had a couple of really cool bookmarks. Love that. Can't have too many bookmarks. And signed it, wrote me a really nice note. So Michael, if you see this, thank you so much, dude. And I'm excited to check this out as soon as I can make the time. It's not super, super long, 450, 500 pages, something like that. It sounds great. Really cool premise to this. I won't, my voice is shaky enough. I've had to cut this video enough for coughing that I'm not going to try to read through this whole thing. But go search this up and give it a look, because it really, really does look cool. Dreams of Dust and Steel, Book 1, The Price of Power. And then, last but not least, it's another month. We have another Broken Binding arrival. This is Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. Look at this art, man. That's crazy. It's so, so cool. I like the reflective gold of the typography. You got the edges, of course, right? As always, we got our bookmark. Almost forgot about that. We have our end paper art. That's really cool. I have no idea what's going on, but it looks really cool. We have, of course, our board art that, man, they just never miss. Their artwork is just, man, it's, look at this. Okay, that's cool. I like this, what they're doing here with the really vibrant colors, and then it kind of comes down into a grayscale and washes out and gets really light here. I like that. That's cool. No idea why, but an interesting choice, an interesting band of characters here. So we'll have to check this one out. I've heard very good things. I've heard very, very good things. There's our book mail. All right, a couple more things before I go. One is, I haven't talked about TV watching much here in quite some time, but just because we haven't been watching a ton of TV. We did finish all of Dexter. We watched the prequel, or we watched the initial sequel that they made. We watched the prequel. We haven't watched the brand new one yet, but we needed a little bit of a break, and we wanted to go back and finish You, because we loved the first 4 seasons, and we just hadn't gotten around to watching the final season yet. So we went back and watched it. Let me tell you what, it's interesting to see that after rewatching Dexter again so recently, because it clearly very strongly influenced the storytelling style and that sort of thing. But it was good, man. So here's what I'll say. Not everything about season 5 nailed it for me. There was some things here and there that I wasn't crazy about. I think some of the dialogue was a little funny. Like the emotions around the dialogue that the characters had, I was just like, that doesn't really make sense to me. Some of it felt like overly dramatic. Some of it felt like it wasn't dramatic enough. I don't know. So it wasn't perfect. But dude, that final episode, the ending, 12 out of 10, absolutely perfect. Could not come up with a better ending. Like that was unbelievably good ending to that show. So highly recommend checking that out if you are interested, if you like that sort of thing. Very, very good show, right? It's very disturbing and horrific, but captivating and very thought-provoking. It had some, especially this last season, had some really interesting commentary on the preoccupation with like this true crime stuff and the big focus that so many people have these days, like recent publishing trends on like dark romance and that sort of thing. And not that enjoying those things is bad by any means. It was just some really interesting commentary from the show here that I thought was thought-provoking, like I said. And then lastly, we did have our Empire of the Damned live stream discussion with Ashley from Library of a Silver Saint. You can see the replay of that on my channel. So fun. I love talking to Ashley. I love talking about these vampire books. It's been so great. You'll see my voice just slowly deteriorate, and I almost lose it by the end. But what can you do? But what a fun conversation. I love that. We're definitely going to talk about book 3 as well. As soon as I have the time to read it and we can get that scheduled, we will do it. Hopefully, if we can do it in December, I would love that. With the holidays, we'll see. Maybe it's January or something, but it will be soon. It will be soon. Speaking of my voice deteriorating, I should probably cut this off because I'm starting to fall apart now. Thank you guys for hanging with me as I've been sick and everything. I know that the videos are probably less pleasant to listen to or watch right now. So I promise I'm doing my best to get well and feel 100% normal as soon as possible. I sure better, because I have some long interview days coming up here next week. So here we go. Thanks for watching. Talk to me in the comments, right? I love that. Tell me about your week. What are you guys up to? What are you reading? No spoilers for anything, especially Shadows Upon Time. And don't sway my experience anyway, but tell me what else you guys are reading. I'm open to anything else other than that. Like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Check the description if you're interested in the Patreon, getting involved in the book club, or voting on video topics or any of that stuff. If you want to join the free Discord, that's all in there. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.